national interest. But let's play the Africa game here, and Mr. Vice President, to pick up on what Phuthuma has said. What buy-in, what political will do we have to unlock West Africa as a region?
Well, I think the political will is quite well expressed in some of what is going on already within ECOWAS. The CET arrangements, for example, the economic arrangements going on, and a lot of cooperation between West African countries. I think some of it was tested with the insurgency, with the Boko Haram insurgency. I think that a lot of cooperation has clearly been shown. And besides, you know, there is quite a fair amount of trade already going on in the West African sub-region. As a matter of fact, you would find that quite a bit of interaction is going on between Nigeria and practically all of its neighbors. And there is a lot of back and forth trade going on. There's, in my view, complete clarity as to how this should be done. And by and large, you find that many times, so long as the policies are right, so long as there is an enabling environment, trade functions quite effectively between countries. I think that there is a will on the part of ECOWAS leaders to ensure that there is a fair amount of trade, and that has been demonstrated time and time again. So I think that that's happening quite well already.
There are a lot of investors who are interested in Nigeria, given the fact that you're the largest exporter of oil on the continent. Until recently, you were the largest economy on the African continent. Now, obviously, you are experiencing a technical recession. Inflation is running at very high levels, and you've seen an enormous devaluation of your currency, the Naira. Talk to me about the responsible leadership, another theme that we are investigating here at the World Economic Forum, that Nigeria is embarking on to see a turnaround in the economy, so people can get excited about Nigeria again.
First, let me just point out that in terms of the size of the economy, I think that undisputedly, I think Nigeria remains possibly the largest economy in Africa in terms of just the size of the economy and all of that. But I also want to point out that we must understand why why Nigeria is where it is. You know, it's if you look at what happened between especially in 2016, as I had pointed out earlier, we were producing about 5,000 megawatts of power as of February 2016, before the problems in the Niger Delta. When those problems arose, we started losing 40% of power and almost 1 million barrels of oil every day. So there was a 60% drop in revenue. Now that is a situation which, of course, we're trying to redress as quickly as possible.
And that's where I want to go, Mr. Vice President. I want to talk about the future. I don't want to talk about the past.
Yes.
Is the leadership going to take Nigeria to a turnaround situation?
Yeah.
And I've got to come back to President Kagame. We're 30 minutes into the debate.
I'm coming. Yeah, but I need to explain that so that you understand that it isn't particularly difficult to get out of where we are, because we understand exactly what is going on, and we're working on resolving that problem. If we're able to resolve the problems in the Niger Delta, which, as I've pointed out, accounted for a 60% loss in revenue, then of course it means that it isn't such a dramatically difficult problem to resolve. You know, and that's why I pointed out that, of course, we're engaging with the militants in the Niger Delta, and we're trying to work that out. And aside from that, we've also developed a National Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, which is to be launched shortly. And that comes with our 2017 budget. So we are.
And I think that's
focused.
what the audience and the investors in the room are looking for, that transformation plan. So let's look to that for 2017 and the execution. You know, we'll hold you to account. We'll see you, I'm sure, at the World Economic Forum in